So first of all, before I start with the lab part, I just wanted to know how many of you have worked on any Agile tool like Jira or any other tool. Have you worked on Agile, on any of the tools of Agile? Let me brief about the basic concepts and then we'll go to the lab part. So we have a couple of tools available which are compatible to Agile methodology. Like one such tool, if you see that Jira is an Atlassian tool which is being provided by this company. Okay, so there's a company that is Atlassian which provide the support for Jira, right? Jira is a kind of incident management tool, or you call it the tool which is used to track the status of your tasks and tickets, right? So if I say Jira Board, right? So the Jira board looks like something like this. If I go to, this is the snapshot, right? So if I say Jira board, it looks like something like this, where we have the different tickets and tasks. In a Scrum team, there is one person that is known as Scrum Master, who actually control the Scrum calls, who drive the Scrum calls, right, on daily basis. And there's a person who's product owner, who's the owner of the whole product and who's responsible for delivering the right product to the customer at the right time with good quality. So product owner is the whole uh, has the whole responsibility to deliver the product, who understand the requirements from the customer and noted down in the form of stories, user stories. User stories are the kind of requirements which are being requested by the customer, and they are a kind of deliverables which the product owner noted down in the form of epics and stories. Epic is a bigger at the bigger level. Let me give you the hierarchy. So first of all, we need to understand certain terminologies. Epic. What is epic? Epic is a kind of which is at the bigger level. Bigger level in the sense, let's say you are working on a project where you want to deliver the product to the customer. You divide the task into the bigger functional areas. Like for example, in sprint 1 you have a task to, let's say you are a mobile development company, you have to deliver the product. If you remember, we have discussed that we can divide uh, the whole product into smaller sprints. Like let's say sprint 1 is, say, the most important feature of a mobile handset is to, let's say, incoming and outgoing calling system, right? So let's say mobile handset manufacturing company. Okay, epic is, let's say calling system. That is at the bigger level. You will say this is an epic. Okay, then within epics there are stories. Stories are smaller. You decompose the bigger task into the smaller tasks, and within stories we have subtasks or incidents, okay, whatever you call it. So these are the smallest unit on which you work and which can be delivered. Smallest functional unit, you can say, let's say smallest functional unit, okay, which cannot be further decomposed. That is the lowest level. Stories, like you can have, calling system is a bigger task. What you do under this calling system, let's say there's one story, incoming calls, right? Then you have outgoing calls, okay? And then you can have how you handle the let's say incoming calls, outgoing calls, how you handle the, let's say if there is a missed call, how you record that call, whether missed call will be you how you handle that is if you are talking to someone and in between there is some call and that person is already engaged, then you'll receive a missed call or you are not able to pick the call. Let's say these are the stories at the further decomposition of epic and subtasks, smallest functional units. How you handle the incoming calls, the technical stuff which you further assign to team members, right? So this is the hierarchy, okay? And then you have task status. Task status can be backlog. Let me task status, backlog, then to do, then in progress, then blocked, then uh, can be review, under review, and then closed or completed. These can be the different states, okay? So whenever the product owner create the user stories and epics, they new stories and subtasks at the beginning of the sprints, right? Always go to the backlog at the beginning of the sprint. Will go to the backlog. Then you pick and assign the tasks to, okay, you also called it unassigned tasks. Unassigned tasks has not been assigned. Then you start assigning tasks. Assign to a team member and once the tasks are assigned to a team member, they can be under these states, okay? So once the task is assigned and the team member is already working on some task, then he will put the task in to do, yet to start. Though the task has been assigned to a team member but he has yet to start, then he will put in to do list. He is currently working on the task, currently working on the task. Blocked due to some dependency you are not able to progress, okay? Not able to progress due to some dependency or error, you are not able to proceed further, then you put the task in the block status. Done with the development and waiting for review and approval. You are done from your side but it has yet to be reviewed by your team lead or some other person. Completed and delivered, that is closed. So these are the different status of the task, right? So if I go back to Jira, it looks like something to do, in progress, done, right? And the whole set of as you see on your board, on your screen, is known as complete board. On this board, that is, you call it Scrum board or Kanban board, right, where the tickets are been on the different states assigned to some person. As you can see on your screen, some of them are in to-do status, some of them in progress, some of them in done status. Then you can easily figure out what is the current state of the project. Okay, so let's go back to your Azure DevOps, if you remember that day we have created one project, Demo Generator Parts Unlimited project. Have you imported that project from Demo Generator? Can you see in your board or it's not there? Please go and confirm if you have that.
Yes, Amit.
Okay. So in my case, at that day, I imported it in another repository or another organization which does not have CI/CD working. But okay, that's fine. Today we are not going to use any CI/CD. So okay, so this project is there. Anyone who doesn't have the project, do let me know. I'll brief you how you can get this project. Everyone is having this project, Demo Generator Parts Unlimited.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if you remember, we went to Demo Generator and we put into Demo Generator and we have the template for Parts Unlimited. Okay, and then we have imported that project into our Azure DevOps, and then you get it here. Why we import this project here? Because if I go to the boards, there are some predefined tickets already generated in this project. So please, on the left hand side, look at the various options under this project. Overview is just the description of this project. What is this? This is generated by Azure DevOps Demo Generator. Then you have one dashboard is there. So you can also generate a beautiful dashboard which gives you the bird's eye view and a summarized status of your project. If you look at the board, you can easily figure it out that there's one ticket in critical, there's one critical bug, is one task in progress, 4 are unfinished work, and feedback 0. So critical is in red color. So this critical bug, decline in orders noticed. Right, please investigate immediately why there is a decline in the orders. As the project is parts unlimited, it's some kind of uh, you can say automobile parts delivery project, and there is one critical incident which says that there is a decline in the orders. Why this is so? This needs to be investigated, right? Then one task is still in progress, that is add wish list page, and there are 4 tasks which are unfinished work. They have not completed. One of them is in progress. There are 3 more. Total are unfinished. They are not closed. One is still in to do. That is update product selection. There's another which is unassigned, even not assigned to anyone. And also the last one, provide tentative duration, that's also unassigned. So these 4 tasks are still incompleted. Okay, so unfinished work. Then if you look by user stories by state, right? So if there are 18 user stories, out of which is 8 are new, 4 are committed, 4 are approved, and 2 are done, right? So that way you can get to know the state of your project, how close you are to finish your product. Okay, so that's the dashboard. So under the boards, you will see that all these stories are available. Tasks, stories. Can you see that, everyone? Please confirm if you see that under your Azure boards. There are bugs, there are tasks, there are epics. Can you see that? Not on my screen, but in your Azure board. So if you want to create a new item, this is how you create a new work item. Now it's ask you whether you want to create a new bug, new epic, new feature, new task, even test case or product backlog item. So these are the different options you get it, which you can close. If you select anything, like if you want to create an epic, you can do that. If you want to create a bug, you can create it. If you want to create a task, you can create the task as well. Okay, so now within this board you have different ways to, or different views to look on these stories or tasks. If you click on backlogs, it will show you, right, there is one backlog of tasks. So this is the backlog view. Okay, so you see that there is one backlog where you have different sprints: sprint 3, sprint 4, sprint 5, sprint 6. And if you look at the dates, there are 16 working days. 16 working days means there are approximately 3 weeks sprint. So today's, the sprint started at 9th June and ends at 30th June. So look at the calendar, 9th to 30th. So 3 weeks of sprint. Okay, so each sprint here they have taken 3 weeks. So this is the current sprint based upon your current calendar. Next sprint is sprint 4, sprint 5, sprint 6. Now within this sprint you have one bug and 4 tasks. In the upcoming sprint you have one backlog item and one task, and so on. Within sprint 5 you don't have anything. Within sprint 6 you have 7 backlog items, 15 tasks. If I click on this sprint 3, so these are the items I do have in my sprint 3. Okay, so these 4 tasks and 1 bug. Okay, that is the backlog view. If I just click on the task board, this is how you see that all the tasks are in the to-do status and all are unassigned, and there is one bug that is also unassigned. Okay,